Good day, my name is Shirley Krzysztofowski. Before coming to the UCKG Help Center, I had suffered from depression as well as a low self-esteem. At the age of 13, I started experimenting with alcohol, and by 16, I had added cannabis to my experimenting. I started dating, and as well, I moved out of home. The boyfriend that I had at the time became the father of my child at the age of 18. And because of the mistakes that I had made and the wrong choices that I made in my teen years, I didn't see a brighter future. This sent me into a low self-esteem and a depression where I couldn't see any future that was bright ahead of me. Because of the mistakes that I had made, I lived in regret for a very long time. Later on, the father of my child and I separated, and I started dating another boyfriend. We had physical fights, and the ultimate fight that we had led me to being arrested. Being in prison for 3 to 4 days was one of the lowest points in my life. And at this point, I was hopeless. I saw no way out. At a later stage, my current husband came to the UCKG before me. And because he was suffering from addictions and I saw how he got liberated and freed from those addictions, I found hope. At first, I was reluctant to come because I did not believe that my situation could change. But when I saw how he overcame, I too came to the UCKG Help Center. Here, I received strength through the counselings, through the instructions that were given to me. And I began to use my faith, although at first I did not believe. But as I obeyed and I went forward, I became stronger. And today, I have peace. I have a calming way. I can look to the future with brightness, and I'm confident of what is coming ahead of me. I strongly advise you that is out there right now. You may be living in a dark hole, not seeing a way out, living in regret, unable to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made. Come to the UCKG Help Center. We are here to help you. You can overcome your problems, as I have today.
Well, growing up, I was quite independent from a very young age. However, going into secondary school, not having an older brother or anyone to guide me, that did lead the pressure of fitting in, wanting to have money, wanting to be approved. This led me to dive into porn. This led to me getting involved in fraudulent activities to get quick money due to the people around me. I acted very different, aggressive, rude, proud, and that wasn't how I was brought up. This also led to me just getting distracted, and that actually led to me failing in my GCSEs miserably. Well, after my GCSEs, I realized that I needed a change in my environment and the people that I hung around with. So I decided to either move, and I managed to get into a university, which was outside of London, which was a new experience for me, but something that I was ready to take on board and commit to. I got into a situation where I was in a relationship that was not healthy. We were constantly arguing, going through a lot of issues that, to be quite honest, I only thought people went through in movies. But this relationship got me to rock bottom. And to get out of that, I had to use faith. Well, things started to change once I made that decision. And as the months came and went, things started to improve. My focus came back, my self-confidence, my self-belief in myself, and me achieving my goals grew, and I started to see God work more and more each and every single day. And that, of course, led me to graduating from someone who failed in his GCSEs miserably is something that I very much am proud of. And things are looking up, and I truly believe that as long as I apply myself and keep my focus and keep on using my faith in God, everything will be extraordinary, and I'll be speaking to you guys again about my achievements.
Welcome to the program Get Out of Depression of this Tuesday. You saw already stories of people who were transformed through the power of God. And I want you to pay attention on this verse. The Bible says this verse in John chapter 14, verse 6. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. So let's understand. Jesus said, I am the way. Maybe you are watching me right now and you have been trying in many ways to come out of your problem. Jesus said, I am the truth, because God don't lie. God don't promise something that cannot fulfill. Whatever God promised, He does. And I am the life. You know, I'm sure that you are there on the other side and you are searching for a new life. No one, continues says, goes to the Father except through me. I want to invite you for you to stand up from wherever you are and come to the Father. Because there are things that you already understand that only God can solve. If your problem, you could solve it by yourself, you already had sorting out. But you notice that your problem, the more you try, the worse it is, because there are things that only God can give. Only God can give. Only God can show you the way. Only God can be the truth to you. And only God can give you, above all, life. If you want our help, you can call us right now, 08612 1255, and we are here to help you. Let's watch more stories.
So my life before coming to God was a complete and utter mess. I didn't have any directions. I had no role models. I was just under the influence of friends and alcohol and marijuana and pornography. Like, I just into everything that the world was in. I couldn't let go of it. I didn't want to let go of it. I really enjoyed it. But when I would go to sleep, you know, when I had time for myself, or when there wasn't any music playing or anything like that, I could really think, and that's when I'd realize what a mess I was and how empty I was, and you know, I could see where I was going, and it just wasn't the route I wanted to take, but I just couldn't let go of it. I didn't know how to go any other way, and that's when I realized, like, wow, this is really bad. So when I came to God, I saw other people my age, even younger, who were going through life, and they were really getting at things, you know. They were finding the jobs that they wanted. They had happiness inside, you know. They were controlled, they were mature, they had discipline, and I didn't have any of those things, and it really made me upset. And so through their help and sort of just giving my life to God and just really and truly wanting to accept His corrections and take on board His guidance, you know, no sex before marriage, you know, taking away the addictions. I didn't want to do this, but I saw, you know, no one else is doing anything different, and no one else is getting any different results. So that's what I wanted to do, and I just took it all on board. And as hard as it was, and it's not easy, it's not attractive at first, but then you sort of start to see the positive results, and that just gives you a kickstart to go forward, and that's what happened to me. Today it's completely transformed. My mindset, which I think is the most important thing, is completely been sort of renovated and just done over. I'm not just, you know, I just don't go to church for a hobby or just something to do on a Sunday. It's really to change my mind and to make me think different. You know, I've opened my vision. I want to do things even bigger than I've ever thought I could. You know, there's no more financial crisis in my life. You know, I know what I want to do. I'm happier to deal with my family. Like before, I would just shut them off 100%. Like I didn't know how to be kind to them. But now, you know, I'm getting better at just dealing with everybody and just being happier to be with people. And when I'm by myself, you know, there's no loneliness, there's no depression. Like I'm really excited about life and just wanting to go forth with things, yeah.
After my first failed marriage, I really started to suffer with depression. I then started looking for love in the wrong places. I started dating other people here and abroad, and I still felt so alone, but I was really desperate to find someone to fill that gap. I then married again, and that relationship failed as well, but this time I had a child as well. This is probably one of the worst moments of my life. Failed relationships and alone with a child. I felt desperate, I felt lonely, I felt empty, I felt rejected, I felt there was nothing else for me to live for. During my search for happiness, I turned to drugs, partying, meeting different people, and nothing would make me happy, nothing would fulfill me, nothing would allow me to have peace. I got to a point that I'd had enough of everything, had enough of my life. I just wanted happiness, I just wanted to be fulfilled. So I decided to accept an invitation from a friend, and I started to learn that there was help. And that help was through my faith, through searching God, through His Word, and really putting into practice the things that I learned. I understood firstly that I didn't have to suffer and that actually I wasn't alone. I started to do chains of prayers. I started to make specific prayers for myself, to look after myself, to go deep and not just look at the circumstances around me. Through those prayers, things started to change inside of me. The way that I saw myself, the way that I saw my life, to know that actually I could be happy and I didn't need to depend on anyone else. Today, the way I see myself is completely different. I'm fulfilled, I'm a happy person, I'm assertive, I'm able to make decisions, I'm able to move forward, I have a career, I have family. Everything that I thought was impossible for my life, today is possible and there are no limits.
Our UCKG Help Center is based here in the heart of Stockholm, Birger Jarlsgatan 106. If you need more information, visit our website uckg.se, and there you're going to find more information about us. In the Universal Church, you have a way to come out of your life. I'm not promoting a church, I'm not promoting a religious group, I'm promoting a God that transforms people's life, and you saw through the testimony. And you can be the next one, okay? I'll be waiting for you. May God bless you. Have a wonderful night.